Hello everyone. Graphics to die for. Layout that hasn't been used since the days of steam engines. And no straights, no 4 gears maybe, use 4 gears here. Weird cambers maybe, weird tyre pressures maybe. There's only one left-hander on this track. There's only one left-hand turn on this track. And basic carnage to come for this week. That must mean we're at Lime Rock Park. Big Chief Flying Hawk found himself in the north of England, the northeast of England, back in the 70s. He was looking for a job. He couldn't find a job. There's only 2 jobs up in the north of England. There was back in the 70s: mining and being a steeplejack. Go on I always tell you guys to go on YouTube. You never do it. You never do it. I know you don't do it. Go on YouTube and search for Fred Dibner. There's only a couple of people listening to this video now who know Fred Dibner. Fred Dibner is the epitome of Northern England in the 70s and the 80s. He was a steeplejack, and he had a catchphrase. It was, "Did you like that? Did you like that? Yeah, did you like that?" In English, it was, "Did you like that?" That's what he said when he blew up his first chimney. Go and check him out. He is Northern England in the 70s. That's what we're talking about. Anyway, Big Chief Flying Hawk was up in his neck of the woods looking for a job. He couldn't find a job, and I am making this up as I go. I'm making this up. I am reading this as I go along. I couldn't come up with anything this week. Honestly, guys, I was such a week. You wouldn't believe the day I've had. I've had such a shit day today. I've been working away on a 67 Firebird, trying to work out why the steering column isn't going in the car straight. And when I do get it bolted in and lined up, the indicator stalk is facing your knee. And I just do not know why. And I don't know what I'm going to do about it tomorrow. Apart from that, I've got people that are in my little group of people I know who absolutely shat on me today, lied through their teeth, shat on me, and I found out. The reason I found out is because I'm really good at smelling bullshit. I can smell it a mile off. And that's what I smelt today. Anyway, let's get back to the history. So he's looking for a job, you know, big chief, you know, big fat chief, you know, beige clothes, big massive, whatever that thing's called that hangs down off the back of the head, the feather thing. You know, totem pole under his arm. You know, 15 squaws following him around. Anyway, he's looking for a job in the north of England, northeast of England. Can't find nothing. Goes to the job centre and signs on the dole. And he gets his, whatever it is in the 70s, his £13.07 for the week to live on. And the woman asks him what he's been doing to find work. So, Big Chief Flying Hawk, what have you been doing looking for work for the last 2 weeks? Me sit chair. What? You can't sit in a chair for 2 weeks. You can't. What? Who does that in the first place? And what? That's not the idea. You know, you can't sign on, expect us to give you £13.7p while you go and sit in a chair. Also, me stand on table. So she sent him away and said, look, next week, here's this little sheet. You can tell I've signed on in my life. I have signed on. I know what it's about. Here's this little sheet. I want you to fill in all your little jobs or all your little job searches, what you've been doing. So if you go in the Gazette tonight, you see, you know, removals driver's mate wanted, fill it in your sheet. You know, phone them up, try and go for the job, fill it in on the sheet. Bring it back to me in 2 weeks. This needs to be filled in, otherwise you're getting kicked off the dole. And I don't know what you're going to do after that. All good. So he walks off, and he walks into what do they call a place? A stonemason's yard. Walks into a stonemason's yard. And I've got no idea what I'm talking about. I don't know where this is going whatsoever. Walks into I know what I'm trying to aim at, and some of you probably do as well. But I don't know how I'm going to get there. Let me just try. It's not going to be a good one. They're never good anyway, are they? They're a bunch of shit anyway. All these history lessons are sod it. Anyway, he walks into a stonemason's yard, and you know, all the squaws around him, and the totem poles. He puts the totem poles down, and they say to him, I hear you're big chief flying hawk, and you're looking for work. So he says, yeah. So he says, can you lie over there on that? We need a statue. We need a human statue to basically lie over there on that thing and move about every now and again. You know, it's going to be like a novelty for the customers. When they come in, they're going to be able to see a great big red Indian lying down over there on that thing. And, you know, people are going to come in, oh look, you know, let's go, where should we go today, Mum? Let's go to that stone yard. What is a stone yard? Where do you buy stones? Who buys stones? Let's go to the stone shop and have a look at the red Indian, right? So we've got it. We've got the pun. The pun is alive. It's alive, guys. It's happening. So anyway, so he likes that job, so he sticks it. He sticks the job, right? So he's getting good money. All the squaws are getting fed, and he has to go back to the job centre to sign off. You know, that's what you used to have to do. I don't even know if you do that. I think that's what you have to do. So, you know, he turns up, and you know, I mean, you got to remember, this guy has been going to the job centre a lot. You know, every 2 weeks. You know, for a good sort of 6 months. You know, they're getting so tired of him. Anyway, he turns up and he's going to sign off. So he's in the queue, holding his little bit of paper with all his little job searches, what he's done. A couple of squaws are there, all the rest are just gone. They just can't handle this anymore. It's just shit life. You know, up in the northeast of England, you know, with Fred Dibner. Check out Fred Dibner. Fred Dibner is brilliant. What a bloke. He was an absolute star. He died. But you've just got to watch. Don't watch the stuff he does about steam engines. Not at first. Watch the stuff he did when he made it famous in the 70s. He made fame in the 70s for being a steeplejack up north. He basically just went around to places and knocked down chimneys. But he's such a character. Anyway, that's another thing. That's another story. I couldn't get him into the story. I would have liked to have got him into this one, but anyway, we're getting there. We're getting there, guys. So, so Big Chief Flying Hawk The story's funnier than the punchline. Big Chief Flying Hawk is in the queue to sign off, and the woman calls him over, and she says, Big Chief Flying Hawk, what have you done in the last 2 weeks to sign on? No, me sign off now. What? You're going to sign off? But all you ever do is come here and say that you've sat chair, or stood table, or, you know, done anything else what you're not going to get paid for. What can you have possibly done to sign off? How are you supporting yourself? I find good job. Where? Stone yard. What do they get you to do there? Lie rock. Oh, it's bliss. Lie rock. I lie rock. Wow, Chief, shake my hand. You sexy son of a bitch. You done it. You made it. We are going to celebrate the fact up here in the northeast of England that you've been signing on for 6 months and you finally found a job. Lie rock. Yes, I lie rock. I like job. I lie rock. Move 2 seconds. Continue. Lie rock. Big Chief has made it. Big Chief Flying Hawk has landed. The Hawk has landed. Houston, the Hawk has landed. He landed a job. Lion Rock. Man, how do I come up with this shit every week? What am I going to say for Spa? Anyway, he leaves the job centre and there's a big party at the job centre. People getting it on in a couple of offices, you know, typical Christmas do type party. The manager walks in. He was a big motor racing fan. And what does he say? Obviously he says, how can we celebrate the fact that Big Chief Flying Hawk finally landed and found a job where all he has to do is lie and rock? I know, he says, just build a racetrack in his honour and call it Lie and Rock. Oh God. Oh, that's such a shit day. That actually cheered me up. So, here we are in the northeast of England, Yorkshire, in the Yorkshire Dales, where Lime and Rock Park exists. There is a statue of Big Chief Flying Hawk somewhere in this track, but I've not seen it and I don't know where it is, but it is there. I've got the Phillip Island set up in the car, which is going to be totally no good. One thing about this particular video, I have not turned one lap here. You are not going to see a decent lap. You might in the end. I will do some laps and try and get a decent lap in, because I know maybe I know people said it before, they like to go on VRS and look at that sort of stuff, so I will try my best for you guys, but I've got no setup on the car. I've got Phillip Island set up in the car, and the gears are set up for Phillip Island, of course, and I've got 6.5 gallons of fuel there, but what does that mean? Anyway, so Light and Rock, sometimes, you know, I say these stories, these history puns, and I keep calling the track the pun name instead of its name. You know, so here we go. So Lighton Rock is a weird track. There's only one left-hand corner on this track. So if you've ever set up a car to be like handed for a particular track, like Interlagos is a anti-clockwise track, ain't it? So I'll normally set up with a little bit more pressure. Is it a little bit more pressure? A little bit more pressure on the left-hand side tyres to get the heat in the tyres. I think you do that in Lagos. I can't remember. Definitely did it last week at Phillip Island. But this place is extreme, so extreme that you will want to put. Well, you might not. Nothing's definite in this car, and it's all to do with feel. I think feel. But down to the last. The other thing is, expect lap times to be so close on the timing sheets here and in qualifying, because this track's so short. I think we'll probably do laps in under 57 seconds. I'm just guessing about that, but maybe something like that. It's definitely under a minute anyway. So lap times are going to be closer. So you know, obviously, if you look at a lap time for the Nordschleife, you know, you'll see like spreads from 6 minutes to 6 minutes 33 or whatever I think it is to 6 minutes 43. You know, and that doesn't mean, you know, there's only 7 laps in the race. That doesn't mean it's you know, we go anywhere, any track, and you're going to be, you know, that much different. You know, somewhere like this, it's going to be a small gap. So that's what happens. But what a track. This is such a brilliant track. All the rookies come here, and I'm almost envious of the rookies. But this week, we're here in the Lotus 49. I actually envy us. That's a Spinal Tap joke. Another YouTube tip. It's not on YouTube. It might be on YouTube. Check out Spinal Tap, guys. Those are the 2 things you've got to check out this week. Fred Dibner and Spinal Tap. Anyway. So yeah, this is what we're talking about. So I'm going to get out of the car and I'm just going to try and work out some sort of a blag of a setup. So, no, I won't. I'll do some laps. I'll do some laps and I'll talk about some... Will I talk about braking points yet? I don't even know them. No, I'm just going to have to run some laps, because honestly, guys, I've not run here yet. So, nothing's going to be set right, so... But I love it. I love this place. One of my favourite tracks on the Serbs. I love being a rookie here. I love being a rookie in the Solstice. Just hammering it around here, you know. And this is where you cut your eye-racing teeth. Or smash your teeth in that wall. But look at this corner. This right hand has such a flow. There's such a flow to it. And then down here, you know, and then you've got all this grip to turn in on that little corner there, and hammer the power look. Brilliant. This is one of the tracks, right? I promise you this. I promise you this with my hand on my heart. If anyone gave me a Lotus 49 for the day, I would rag its arse off around here. I would try my hardest. I wouldn't give a shit. Can you tell I had a bad day today? I wouldn't give a shit about the car. I'd just get in it and I'd just say, watch this, you sight. And I'll probably do this. Rock, head. Rock. Yeah. Right, let's sort this setup out. I don't know if you heard any of that while I was talking about. I don't think you did, but I've just basically, what I've done is, like I said, I haven't done any laps here, so still got the Phillip Island gears on the car. I've got 19 across the whole car and equal cambers across the car. Now, one thing you might want to do here, I will definitely look at doing it, but I'll only do this when I'm up to speed, is cambers on the right hand side. You've only got one left hand corner on this track. So if you remember back to when Jacques Villeneuve, not Gilles Villeneuve, when Jacques Villeneuve was in Formula 1, all the setups in the cars changed because obviously he came from IndyCars, and in IndyCars, you know, obviously if they're going around ovals, you got the left side wheels, massive positive camber on the left side wheels, and you know, negative camber on the right side wheels. He started telling his team to do that on road courses. You know, work out how many corners are on the track, and use your camber. There's only a few left-handers on the track. You know, put a bit less camber on the right-hand side because you're going to need a bit of positive camber on the right-hand side to get round all the right-hand corners that are on the track. So experiment with it. I'm definitely going to do it. You know, I've done it before here, and all I can say is it works. So look, right-hander. So you want a massive amount of negative camber on the left-hand side of the car, and a bit less negative camber on the right-hand side of the car. You know, it just gives you watch. I mean, try it and just watch, but don't only try it when you're up to speed. There's no good trying it as soon as you get on the track because you've got no reference of what you're doing. That's why I've not done it now, because I won't do it until I've sorted my pace out, which will take about the rest of this video anyway. And then you'll only see what the benefit is when you do it. You can overtake in this place. That's pretty hard, but you can do it. The reason why I've sped up already is because I'm just trying to work out braking points for you guys, because I don't actually know myself. I've come in so cold into this video, and I'm actually surprised I'm getting around here as good as I am right now. But I must say, I can't stress it enough. This is one of my favourite tracks. I don't know who built it. Oh yeah, I do. I just told you that who built it. It was the job centre in North East of England, Giant Hawk, Big Chief Giant Hawk. So, you know, the manager of that job centre, who came up with the idea of celebrating Flying Hawk's success at his new job of being able to sit there and get paid for lying on rock, you know, so Lion Rock. If anything, you've got to be impressed at how I can get these words to fit the names. I'm not changing the name of the track one bit, am I? You know, come on, come on. It's not easy. You know, it ain't easy. You know, I've already got something for Spa next week, I think. Monza, what can you make out of Monza? I don't know, God knows. Anyway, I'm just blabbing on because, like I say, I'm learning all about this place. I love it. Look, oh, just love it. I love it. I love you. I love you. Light and rock. I love your curves. I love your bumps. I love your lumps. I wish I could say that about the wife. Good thing I'm not married. She'd kill me. Right. So we're getting a handle on this. We're getting a handle on this here little track. Third gear, then hammer it, my son. Go on, my son, get in there, my son. Go on, my son. Go on, my son. That's what my dad used to say when we were watching horse racing. Shout it all across the front room. Go on, my son. Go on, my son. Sometimes even won some money. Right, braking point for turn 1. Here we go. Oh, too much power ramp, I think maybe. Turn 1 braking point is pretty damn easy because it's right on. Right, be very wary, guys, that you might see me using braking points and then think, bloody hell, Mick, you're miles out. I've been practicing here with the track's actually been open for pretty much. Has it been open a day now? I don't know, I can't think where we are. But that's your braking point, at number 6. What I just drove into. For those people that don't know what a number 6 is, that is a number 6. For those people that watched Sesame Street when they were kids, you will already know what a number 6 is. And there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Number 6. Right, smash your brakes at that number 6. Do you know what? I seem really upbeat and excited, don't I? I'll tell you why. Is because honestly, guys, I was such a shit day today with all the people, these people I know and stuff like that. And I've just turned on iRacing and got in the Lotus 49 at iRock, and I've just got like a new lease of life, you know? I mean, Light and Rock. Right, I don't know where the turning point is after the 1. Why am I telling you where turning points are? I don't need to tell you where turning points are. Watch the pit exit, guys. This pit exit is a bit of a bastardo, and it can end up in disaster when you come out of here, because as you come down here, people are crossing over to turn into turn 1, so just watch your pit exit. Hug this right hand side curve as much as you can. Try not to ride up this curve. 3rd gear, hammer it, stab a brake, and middle of the track, get the apex, stay to the left. You've really got to sacrifice that turn before to make this one, and then you just got to fight your urge to put your foot down along here because it's so bumpy. Car just jumps about everywhere. 4th gear, is it? Yeah, 4th gear for this one. Foot to the floor in the dip of the hill. Lift off as you go over the hill. Brake there on the slightly part of the dark bit of the track. Don't worry about hitting that curb on the right. Brake hard into there. Start the power until the car goes into the apex, if you're going to head for an apex that is. And around we go again, hit the number 6 and 3rd gear, turn in, aim for that curb, aim for that bit of dirt on the edge as well. Curb, use your brake, use anything you want, use your frying pans, use your sandwiches. Just make sure that car hits that curb. I've missed that one, not enough sandwiches used. Hit that curb, just a touch. Yeah, run the inside of that line there, fight the steering, my foot to the floor. Brake, turn in, miss the apex. Floor it, then lift off. Don't have to lift off all the way though. Brake, I'll show you where that braking point is because it's a bit of a tricky one. It's going to be carnage this week. Michelle sent me a PM today, the other day, and we're talking about the usual shit that me and him talk about, championship, and how we're going to fight each other to the death, and how it's going to be war. How good is the championship? Not only for the lead, but third. I'm talking about the official iRacing championship. Look at 3rd place. That's some serious shit going on there as well. Smash your brakes right there. I don't know if you can work out a brake mark. I can never work out a brake mark for this turn, but it's pretty easy. If you look from here, you can see where the track goes dark. Right there. Right there. Let's put a little skid mark there so you can see. I don't know if it'll show up in the replay. So maybe that'll show up now next time we come round. That's a good idea, isn't it? That's your brake mark now, look. Right, there. So, 3rd gear, late apex this, then hit the floor, brake hard, come off the brake, make sure you hit that curb at some point, don't run wide or it's the worst thing to do. Brake on the 6, I think it might be a little bit early as it goes. I don't know. Now you've got to hit some sort of apex, so there's no late apex, but that'll do it with a run wide. It's always best to really hug that right hand side through turn 1 and 2. 3rd gear might be a bit low, a bit long for these turns, but it's getting a good, nice exit. This is one of those tracks that all of a sudden you find a bit of speed and then you can make your set a bit more aggressive, you know. Right, switch for that brake mark there. Yeah, that's spot on. That skid mark I just left there is spot on. So let's get some laps done. It's only going to be a short video, isn't it? Even the bloody history lesson was longer than the lap guide. There's nothing to talk about here, just turn right. turn right, stick some camber in the car for the right-handers, turn right. Alright, here we go. So yeah, look, brake, brake, brake. So on the power now, brake again, power. Always got to stay on that right-hand side through there. Middle of the track, look. Mess this entry up. That's what you're aiming for. Come across. Hard on the power now. Fourth gear, foot to the floor. Still down. Staying fourth. Pretty sure. Foot to the floor now. Foot to the floor. Right, there's an important bit of the track. Ideally, what a stupid chicane that is. Ideally, you want your foot to the floor. You can keep your foot to the floor here, just like Moss chicane at Mosport. You know, as you're going down the hill into Moss chicane and Mosport, you can just hammer the brakes, full-on brakes, because the car's in a dip of a hill, you know, and it's going to be fighting gravity to get up this hill. So it's the same thing here. You can just have your foot planted. That's why the tracks are dark, because that's what everyone's doing. They're just planting their foot on the power to go around there. That's not a braking point. That's, you know, that's power. So floor it all the way up there, and then lift off just as you hit the crest. The car will fly there. So watch your landing. You know, just make sure you've eased off on the power when you land. Fred Bidner. Fred Bidner, what a guy. Why did I even start over with him in East of England? Fred Bidner, what a star, what an absolute star. Hit the six, down to third gear, short downshift rather, that's what I mean. So you can get the back out of the car. This track's all about getting your ass out of the car. Not literally, but just getting your ass out, you know, as you enter. That sounds even worse. Get your ass out and then you can enter. Get your ass out so the guy behind you can enter the corner. Get your ass out so the guy behind you can enter. Oh, good. Oh, sorry. Right, third gear up to full. Foot to the floor. Lift off. See the wheel spin there? I don't care. It's lion rock. Doesn't matter about any of that. There's so many bumps. It doesn't matter. Just floor it. Just get in and floor it. Just get in and drive it like Michelle stole it. I love that song. I've said that to a few people. Middle of the track, look. I'll get this corner right in a minute. And this one. Foot hard down, you'll get your foot hard down. Really, really tough. You can't overtake down here, it's a bit tough. But you can overtake out the last bend and into turn 1 and 2. Brake on the skid mark, there we go. Foot to the floor, then lift off. It isn't too much curb, but that doesn't matter. That's better than not hitting the curb. Clean the windscreen. It's an English car, guys, it's a windscreen, not a windshield. That's better. Nice one, Mickey boy. Oh yeah. Right. Get it turned in, my son. There you go, my old cobber. Hard on the old power. Fourth gear, foot to the floor, each. Brake. Still got a brake, then foot to the floor on the dip. Ah, that's what it is. Right, that was almost it. That was almost it. Why am I going back? I mean, no thing. Just floor it up that hill there, and you'll fly through the air like those magnificent men in their flying machines. We go up, diddly up, and what must go up, diddly up, goes down, diddly down. I wonder where they, do you know what, I just thought something, that up, diddly up, there you go, up, diddly up, there you go, down. I wonder if that's where they got the idea for Ned Flanders. I bet it is. Up, diddly up, down, diddly down. Anyway. Red Flanders, me. Even we say Flanders over here. No one says Flanders. It's just stupid. Apex, foot to the floor. Brake, turn in, that's it, run that curve. Brilliant. Perfect. Almost icked. Brake on the stick, on the Michael 6. Run this curb. Don't worry about if you run wide there. You can always just stay off the power if you run wide. Just give the fronts a bit of a chance to get in. The early brake in there, that's what the secret is. I keep messing that up. That's it. Hit that curb, run the left hand side, run that curb, foot to the floor on the apex, lift off, and then again foot to the floor. Get down to the brakes there. Get it turned in. Floored it now. Then lift off as the car gets light. Then back down hard on the power down to third gear. Hit this apex now. Run that curb on the left. Foot to the floor. Perfect. Getting a bit of bounce off of that curb, so but you still always hit that curb. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I love this track. I love it. I could spend days here in this car. Do you know what? I wouldn't even give a shit if this was the only track on iRacing. I really wouldn't. I love the place. I absolutely love it. It's just got so much flow to it. Even with all the bumps, you know, it's just got so much flow. You know, look at this. You hit the floor it and then whoo, up we go. I love it. I'm like a kid. I'm like a kid again. You know? Old Chief Flying Hawk. He's up there in heaven now, looking down at me, thinking, you know, I am so glad I went for a job at the Stone Factory, lie on rock. Right, the reason why I've just talked about crap for the last 10 minutes is because I've been running laps and obviously everyone can see now I'm sort of getting the hang of this now. And what I love about this, it just really shows up the handling of a car. That's what it is. That's what I love about this place. It really shows up. This track really shows up how good iRacing is. It really does. Look at the front suspension of the car. It's just all over the place. I love it. Look at it. The engine's just bouncing up and down on the revs. You know, you can get it turned in, stay on that weird coloured shit. Missed all the apexes, eh? Don't worry about the sand on the side. No one's going to get you. No one's going to pass you if you hit that sand unless you hit it really bad. No one's going to dive down you here. You know, someone might be on your ass as you come down here, but they're not going to get round you here. And you ain't going to get round them there either. Here's where you might get an overtake, coming down here, you might get to the inside. Oh, fighting, Britain. Oh no, we've got to stay too wide. Always run these weird lines that you don't expect, guys. It's brilliant practice to work out what you got to do. You know, and the track's so short that you'll learn it so quick, you know. So run down the inside here. So you're next to someone now. What happens when you turn in from here? Okay, I've got to do that. I've got to run that curb. The guy's next to me, let me just run that. Okay, I'm in front of him now. Hammer it. Okay, oh shit, I knocked him off there. No? That's life. Oh god. Right. Let me shut my mouth. I just want to shut my mouth and really go for it for a couple of laps, and then what I'll do is I'm going to show you my little setup secret and see what happens to the lap time. I'm not going to change anything else on the car. I'm just going to show you my little lap secret and see what happens. So let me shut up for a couple of laps. Did I say how much I love this track? Did I tell you guys that? Really one more lap, and I'm going to go for a little setup tweak, and I'll share it with each and every one of you, because you're good guys, really. You're good guys, really, and what do good guys deserve? They deserve praise. So, praise is what you get. Let's turn this into a drift lap. Uwe, styling. The Trengarade whip. I can't have to back out over this jump. No. Check this out. Oh, that was sweet. Right, anyway, let's have a look at the lap time. I'm not gonna bore you anymore. It's just me doing a practice session today, isn't it? Not even talking about a lap. Right, anyway, let's have a look at this setup tweak. This setup tweakage. Right, back in a minute, guys. Right, my fastest lap is a 49.7. I don't know if that's fast or not. 49.7, so that gives you an idea of how short the laps are. I've done a few 49s. Done 49.8 on my second lap. Bloody hell, that was a good lap. I don't know. Are they good laps? I don't know. 49.9s, 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 50.4, which is badnesses, and a 49.744 on my last lap. Right, all I've done is, like I said, I'm a Phillip Island setup in the car. You can see now I'm pretty much, I know my way around here now, don't I? Yeah, you can see that, right? All I've done is moved the front camber from 3.9, minus 3.9 to minus 1.5. That's all I've done. I haven't changed anything else on the car. Not dropped any fuel out. So the front left camber is still at 3.9, or it's probably about 4.1 now. Obviously, I don't know if that's going to be working here. I don't know if, other setups are going to work or whatever, or other camber settings are going to work, on the left front I'm talking about. But I've changed, obviously for Phillip Island, I had equal cambers on the front of the car. So they're both 3.9, minus 3.9. All I've done is moved the front right camber to minus 1.5. So let's have a look at our lap times when I get going. So 49.744. Oh, you'll be able to see on VRS that that's all I've done. I mean, I'm bullshit here. But let's have a look. See how this bitch turns in now. This is the only place that's going to hurt me, at this corner. Everywhere else, I'm going to gain on turn. Look at the turning on that. like talking about women. Look at the turning on that. Yeah. Cool. I've got some turning, isn't she? Right, anyway, enough talking like a sex maniac. Let's see how we go. Still, I mean, the car feels exactly the same. It really does, honestly, it feels exactly the same. Got no weird pulling to the right or the left or whatever normally happens if you do that, or what would happen if you did it on a road car. And it still gets round that corner alright, it gets round the left alright. But all these right-handers, this ain't a corner in this car, even that corner. So, couldn't get on the power early enough there. Well, could have done, I just didn't. I can't tell if I'm turning the steering wheel the same or less, but you probably might, if you watch the whole replay, you might see me turning the steering less than I was earlier. Let's have a look at the old lap time. Doesn't tell me. Why is it not telling me? What's going on? 49.8. 49.8, so I'm a little bit slower off my best time. But I had done, you know, a good amount of laps back then, so let's carry on. Let's carry on down and see what's going on. It's just got so much more turning onto these right-handers now because of this more positive camber on the front right. I can even see it. I can even see how much camber on the left-hand side compared to the right-hand side now. It just looks mad. I've actually matched my lap time there, 49.744. Have I? Oh no, I did a 50.8. I'll slow down. So let's carry on. Let's carry on. I just love it. I love this place. What have we got now? 49.762, so we're in the 7s. Oh, I missed this bloody apex again. Oh, maybe not miss too much. That's blessed me up for this corner. Don't ever enter this corner from the middle of the track. You've always got to be to the left of the left-hand side of the track there. Ooh. What? 49.9? So, as you can see, I'm so much faster with that camber on the right hand side. Right, let's stop. So, what did I just do? 49.995. So, that little setup trick doesn't work. Or, does it need more cat? Let's put more in cat. Let's put more in. Let's put more in. I think I know what it was. It messed up my rear cambers for some reason. There was only like .-2 on the left-hand rear for some good reason. Let's try again. So I've gone as far as -1 now on the front right. I've put more positive camber on the right rear as well, and I've reset the rear cambers to where they were. So I'll tell you what they were in a minute. If this works, I'll tell you where I put them. But it's going to be, it's just going to have so much turn on the right hand corners now. And there is There is a guarantee, you guys. There's a gain. You need to find it. You need to find the right settings. But there is a big gain in putting a bit of right hand positive camber on the car. I just need to find it. I don't think I'm actually driving any faster, but I don't know if that means, you know, I don't have the car going faster, that's what I'm saying. I'm not pushing it any harder. Doesn't feel like it anyway. But it feels like it's got more grip coming out the corners now, but it's definitely got massive amount more turning into these right hand corners now. I've gone down a second now. Why did I do that? Probably shouldn't have done that. Probably best left in third there. I don't know. Not too sure. Just watch my pedal inputs as I go over the hill there. You know, on the Delta screen or VRS or whatever. And you'll see what I'm doing over that bump. I'm flooring it as I go over the bump, and I lift off just before, right, there we go, that proves it. I promise you guys, I promise you, wasn't pushing harder that time. That's 49.4. So it didn't have enough camber on the right hand sides. Or the left rear wasn't buying enough. It did feel a bit scary coming out the corners, I must admit. So I've gone from Phillip Island setup, sorted the gears out. Well, did I sort the gears? Yeah, I changed the rear end. Almost 3/10 quicker. And that is a massive amount of time around a 49-second lap. 3/10 is a huge amount. So give it a try. I'll tell you what my cambers are. I don't think you get really much of a gain if you do it on the rear of the car, but at the moment it's got minus 3.9 on the left front. It's got minus 1.1 on the right front, so it's a massive amount difference. 0.7, minus 0.7 on the left rear, and it's got minus 0.2 on the right rear. The tyre pressures are the same across the car. So I'm running 19s, I didn't change them, so there's loads of stuff to do on my particular setup. So I mean, by all means, download it. I mean, it does feel really nice, I must admit, but there's a lot to do and get it better. You've got to try this odd camber setup for this track. You can't not try it. There's only one left-hand turn on this track, so just set your car up for right-hand turns. And you know, maybe I'll see you on the podium where all three of us can lie and rock and have a rest. Lie and rock. See you next week.